Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for August 20th. Taking a look at the US Japanese yen pair. Today it closed up. If you notice, we had an inside day from the previous day's range, and we have a strong move down. Then we pulled up and pulled way up actually, and then compared to the range of the day as far as open to close, and we closed fairly far down considering that. This is an inside day. This particular pair is moving sideways, and the bias is definitely sideways. I am looking for a break. As you can see, I have a trade on actually here. This is the trade from yesterday. I'm leaving it on because it's coupled with an inside day. The pattern I really like when you have a down day, then an up day, especially one that went so high and then pulled back prior to the close. I'm looking for a break of this low. It's also, if you saw yesterday's daily report, it would be a break of a trend line, and so we definitely should see it zoom down if we get a break of that down to this area of support. So that's something to keep an eye on. Now, as far as the next day's range, I'm looking for the range to be between 110.55 and on the lower side 109.32, and looking for resistance to come into the market pretty much the same spot at 110.50, and support to come into the market pretty much at the same area as our range, maybe a little bit lower at maybe about 10 pips lower at 109.22. So that's what I'm looking for this particular pair. Now let's take a look at the Euro USD pair. This pair moved down today. It did, if you notice, have a higher high than the previous bar and a higher low than the previous bar. So that even though it was a down day, hopefully this will mean that the Euro USD will move higher over this next session, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now I am looking for the range to be between 1.4840 and 1.4632. So that's what I'm looking for there. As far as resistance, support and resistance, looking for resistance to come in to the market at around the 4,800 level to start off with, somewhere around here. And as far as support, I think we'll see some support come in at the 1.8500 level. This pair is definitely, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the pound here. There we go. Support at 146.75. That's a little better, isn't it? Looking over at the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed down today. It's pretty much just moving sideways. The bias is sideways at this point. Looking for the market to be between 1.8718 and on the lower side 1.8491. As far as our support and resistance, looking pretty much at the same level as far as our range on the high side for resistance. Support, looking at the 1.8500 level, which we just covered in the euro. Now switching over to the US Swiss, this pair moved higher, actually went outside the range for the second day in a row. For those of you that follow patterns, it could be the start, possibly, of a diamond pattern that's forming, but we'll, of course, have to wait and see. This pattern doesn't occur very often. When it does, it can be very powerful, so we'll definitely keep an eye on this pair. We have 1.1077 as far as our range high, and our range low would be 1.0865. Looking for some resistance to pull into the market at 1.1050 at the very highest, and support to come into the market around the 1.0850 level. Looking for that same support that we've had for the past couple of sessions at around the same level there. So the Canadian retail sales came out today for June, and they came out pretty much as expected at 0.5%, and there was really no effect in the Canadian dollar due to this news announcement. Now, looking forward into tomorrow at 2:15 a.m., we have the Swiss trade balance report for July being released. It's estimated to be a little bit lower. We have the British retail sales for July being released at 4:30 a.m. and they anticipate retail sales to have actually gotten a little bit better, still negative, but definitely keep an eye on that. If it comes out and it's much better than expected, we may see a bump in the pound US dollar, especially considering we're moving sideways in that pair for the most part. The Canadian dollar has their consumer price index for July. That comes out at 7 a.m. The consensus is that it's dropped by dropped to 0.4% from 0.7%. So that could be a good thing for the Canadian dollar overall. Unfortunately, the year-to-date is estimated to have increased by 0.3%. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one, see what the consumer price index for July is for the Canadian dollar. Now, the Bank of Japan has their monetary policy meeting minutes being released for July, and that's going to be at 7:50 p.m. tomorrow. So until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.